Was there anything more embarrassing to happen to anyone yesterday than Stefanski having his kids on the field thinking that the game was over, that as the Browns coach, Stugotz? Is this not something that people are making fun of as that team, as people wish ill on that team because of how it is governed, for them to lose a game to the Jets that way, where if Chubb had gone down before the goal line, they could have just run out the clock, but he got the touchdown, then you recover the onside kick, and then, of course, the Jets thunder down the field, and Stefanski's kids, the next time you see them, are back in the stands. They've been placed back in the stands, and he was on the field to celebrate with his kids.
Can I ask a question? Because I don't like being a moralizer. I don't like really talking about anything serious, right? What are the Browns fans doing? Seriously. What are they doing with the tailgates, with the customized jerseys? What are they doing? Completely embracing what's been going on with Deshaun Watson. What are they doing?
Sports fans never miss the chance to be the worst.
Yes.
They just don't. And
there's a bunch of women in that picture celebrating that too.
Fair play to Mike for making the decision to be I don't want any part of this, because that was genuine vision. The first home game, they have a fake massage table out. What in the hell was that? Why does sports elicit this from us? I saw this weekend, there was a Real Madrid-Atletico Madrid game, and there's a Real Madrid player who's been subject to racist abuse in recent days. And the Atletico fans, because it's a local derby, decided to have a go at him in a racist manner as well, just because it might put him off in the local derby. Sports fans never miss the chance to be the absolute worst.
But isn't it just sports coming around to reflect the divisions everywhere else, that of course the worst of us are going to now present themselves in these spaces too, to everyone is taking sides on. I saw a New York Times poll that asked people if democracy is crumbling, and 69% of Republicans said yes, and 69% of Democrats said yes.
Never happened before.
There's no division there that democracy is crumbling. Of course, this is going to end up manifesting itself in the most crass extremes in sports as well.
But, why do you have to fully embrace it? Why can't you just be yeah, our quarterback, not a good dude, but he's a good football player, so, I feel really gross about this, but if it helps my team, okay. But, then you take it a step further and you're you know what? Yeah, I'm in on this brand. Why? Why do you have to go to that level?
Because there is a certain aspect of sports fandom where it becomes part of your identity and you feel the need to defend it. And you feel the need, this is my thing.
There's no defending this,
I know, but you take ownership of it, and so it's I'm going to back Deshaun Watson when nobody else is because he's our guy now. He's going to help me win football games. It's part of my identity.
I think fans will go to extreme lengths to defend something that they view as an attack on their identity. But then there's going to a store, buying a mannequin, making a sign, buying a towel,
putting a prosthetic penis in there.
There's custom jerseys too, with his number, and then one person's last name says rubbing and the other one says tugging, and it's why?
Matching couples jerseys.
There was that guy holding the sign at the beginning of the season with a little kid that said something very explicit on it too. And I'm not calling out Browns fans, because I'm sure lots of fan bases exhibit the same behavior, but obviously the Browns have been in the news cycle because of Deshaun Watson. Woody, I don't know. What do you do about this if you're the Browns or the NFL? Are you going to acknowledge it, or are you just going to be we'll pretend we don't see that?
But Billy, you're saying it's fine to root for the Browns and Deshaun Watson, just don't take it out to that extreme? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying I understand if your identity is wrapped around this team, you being I want this team to win. Someone was going to have this person, I feel really gross about, okay, I'll give you a perfect example, right? The Marlins won the World Series in 2003. Great feeling for me, right? Then you find out, what was going on with their catcher there? There's suspicions that maybe these players, especially in that era, weren't all clean, right?
The closer was a murderer.
Well,
the closer, Ugather Urbina, is now,
it
might
was a murderer,
still be in jail.
Murdered.
There was farmers, machetes, somebody who set fire. All the details are horrible. But yes, and
We're all compromised.
As sports fans, everyone is compromised because every team has a piece of shit on it. Every team in every sport has someone that has something disgusting, right? But like, why do you then go and celebrate those things? Like, what's the point of that?
Well, Dolphin fans aren't looking here when it comes to Tyreek Hill, right? He's got the past that comes with the details that no one is talking about when he streaks into the end zone now and has South Florida sounding as ridiculous as we did when the show careened to the doorstep of a very serious Jimmy Johnson, who wasn't here for our enthusiasms for 2-0.
Yeah. I mean, the Chiefs fans did the same thing, though, right? Not to justify it, but the Chiefs fans were celebrating having Tyreek Hill as well. I mean,
the Dolphins fans are doing that right now.
Can we get back to the Browns?
sure.
It's easier
But
over there.
It's easy to just be like, oh, well, every team has someone on it you don't want to root for, and then you just normalize it, and then owners keep signing those types of players. And that's not, to mention that some of the people owning franchises are not the best people either,
Well,
and have engaged in bad practices.
I mean, my question more so is like, we have normalized it, right? And that's not to say that it's right, but why go the extra step and celebrate it?
Right. You can be a Browns fan and just be like, that shit is terrible. I can't believe, I'm still a Browns fan, not going to necessarily root for him, but I'm a Browns fan. And they're not just doing that. That would be like, okay, I can understand that.
But
it's
where
like,
do you draw the line? Like
it's like
standing ovations, cheering a good
putting
play,
a
do you
massage
golf
table.
clap them?
Human decency? Human decency?
I'm agreeing with all of this.
No,
But cheering for the guy or just wearing a
but
jersey
that's
with his
not-
name and number
That's
on
not
him?
what Billy is saying. If you want to cheer for the Browns, there's a stadium full of people who had their heart broken. They got Jacoby Brissett as their quarterback, and they came close to starting 2-0. And oh my God, what if we can get the season to Deshaun Watson?
But Dan, I'm saying it's all wrong. Like cheering for him at any level, buying a jersey, supporting him, putting money in his pocket, whatever it is.
But Billy's talking and Chris are talking about going that far, far extreme of no, I'm also going to be obnoxious to get what? Instagram famous, or to get people clucking about I'm a controversial
that's exactly
person who's on the line on comedy.
That's exactly it. And that's where, because you were saying, well, how does it mirror the society? That's where it mirrors the society, because there is a form of politics that is mostly on the right wing that is just basically, fuck you. The whole point is triggering. The whole point is angering Democrats. The whole point is every form of society progressing. Let's go the other way, whether it's racism, sexism, gay rights, whatever it is. We're just going to go the other way, and we're going to do so aggressively. And that is essentially the Trump playbook. The Trump playbook is we're going to anger all of these people who are trying to be nice or trying to do the right thing on purpose because I'm a cynic, because I'm an asshole, and my whole point of being is to just try and upset these people. And so I'm going to go for the shock jock stunt of, in the parking lot, put a fake massage table because it'll trigger them. It'll trigger people that are already against me anyway. They already don't like me anyway. So I'm just going to put that there on purpose to piss them off.
So you've
because
got them as a Republican, that person that did that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
That's a sweeping generalization
I don't
right
know.
there.
You think that guy's a Bernie bro?
I mean, all
I
of
don't
them?
know.
I mean,
It's just much easier to talk about Brownie the Elf at midfield.